We're back. Now on to my guest. This is yet another first. The first time I'm featuring a husband and wife as my guest on my show. Now, I knew Chevaughn a few years back, but I never got to appreciate the dynamic between her and Brandon until this past December. Now, this is a story about how I got to know that she had this amazing man in her life. So I was at the band house at band practice with Gavin, and I was hearing this music thumping and music playing, and this tune that was like, yeah, I want my money. I think it was something about I want my money or something like that. I was like, okay, that's hot. And I looked at it, I was like, girl, you look familiar. I was like, yeah, I think I know who you are, but I never knew this person could sing. So maybe you're not the same person. I was like, listen. And then after the whole band practice, they stayed. They stayed while we, the Calypsonians, the band were actually playing our instruments. And then when we were done, they were like, all right, they're going to get home. And I was like, you know what, I'll take you home, because I thought she lived in Greenlands, which is where I live. I was like, yeah, because I remember, I was like, yeah, Greenland. I said, I'll take you home. So we were driving. I was like, yeah, you live in Greenlands, right? And then it was like, no, Sandy Point. I was like, I'll take you home still. I was tired. I was probably dealing with a lot, not probably, I was definitely dealing with a lot at the time. I was not feeling myself. I was hungry, weak, the whole works. And I said, you know what, I'm going to take these people home. And it was a good deed that paid off good dividends, because we had good conversation, and I got to see black love in action. So welcome to the show, and I'm always start asking my guests what's good, and thank you for being here.
You're very welcome.
Talk to the mic.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you for having us.
All right, B, I see you. Thank you for coming, because guys, I called. I was like, hey, Chevaughn, you coming? He said, yeah, we coming. We live in Sandy Point now. I was like, what? Now, this time, I don't know how that bus man made it here in time, because I was still...
You don't know the West Line. That's it.
I was still in Greenland at the time. I was like, are you sure we're going to make it? And then next thing, they're here. Well, I think it's bus man could drive,
Yes, man.
I always used to ask, are we just lucky?
Iron Man.
Shout out to Iron Man. Thank you.
Are we just lucky, or they could drive good, a boat?
They could drive good.
Bye.
They're like race car drivers in a bus.
Yeah.
We need a bus racing strip.
A bus racing strip?
So they could take out that, they could fulfill that, and then they don't have to race the passengers.
So, by the way, I'm curious about why you agreed to come on the show, because I didn't think you was going to say yes,
Really?
Yeah, man. I always, when I ask people to come, they're like, sometimes they're the straight yeses and they're the maybes. I have a maybe for next week. So she's actually, I hope she's tuning in. Message her, because this one was supposed to. But go ahead. Why did you come on the show? I'm curious.
Well, if you're not Chev, like talk. I don't know.
You like to talk?
Yes.
I don't know. You're like an anomaly to me. Like, you're extra perky and sweet every time. And you told me what the show was about, and we often focus so much on negatives. It's good to see something different. It's good.
Aww. So, what about you, Brandon? I mean, you're here with her, right?
Yes. Well, yeah, we love to try new things too.
You try new things?
That's what life about.
That's what life is about. I mean, hey, do as much as you could with this short time you have here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I could live with that. So, now this show is about stories, huh? Okay? Just let you know. So prepare yourself to tell stories, especially ones that I don't think we've heard of before. So since both of you are here together, I'm going to do things a little bit different. So I'm going to ask you first, Chevaughn, to tell us who Brandon is, as in describe the person that he is. And when you're done, Brandon, you're going to do the same about your wife. So ladies first. I'm watching.
Okay.
Watching.
Brandon is a creative in every sense of the word. He's artistic, he's a painter, he's an engineer. Most persons don't know that.
No.
He's a really, really imaginative inventor. People don't know about that, but one of these days they're going to see his you know, he's going to go down in history as one of the greatest inventors of all time.
Wow.
And yeah, on top of that, he's incredibly chill, secretly mischievous, very much so, and very nurturing.
Wow. That's a keeper.
Yeah.
No, I keep him. I keep him. All right, Brandon, let's talk about your keep her.
All right. This could be very short because I can say that Chev is me.
She's you.
Yes.
Boy.
I don't know what it is.
Creative. It's like a mirror. Like it's just so
We have a lot in common.
crazy. So much thing in common. Like everything I do, she does. If I buy a shovel, she get in a shovel too.
A shorter
Yeah.
one.
Basically, like she just mirrors me really good. So all that she just said.
So who, the chicken and the egg, which came first? I mean, who was mirroring who? Like,
Okay, with art, I would say both of us were artists. That's how we kind of connected since like high school. He was in the higher grades, and he was sort of like the mentor for everybody. Like, so I did like watercolor and pencil and all that, and he graduated me into oil. Paint oil on
yes.
canvas. So he graduated a few of us, and he's the one who never went to art class. He dropped out of art class and said he could draw better than the teacher. So, but he's very fearless in. I'm Capricorn, so I'm very careful and very strict, and he's more.
but
fearless.
what about like
Yeah.
Kool-Aid and stuff like that? They're good too. You say you're Capri Sun,
Oh
but they make good juices too.
no, they don't.
But why did you say you're a Capri Sun?
As a Capricorn.
That's how you pronounce it.
Oh,
Like,
well,
it's a
there's
Capri
something
Sun
to that, okay.
juice.
Oh, that's where the name comes from. So Capri Sun is
Okay, well, everybody will learn something new.
All right.
So you see, that's right. It's just, thank God I'm not like Kool-Aid, because that's just horrible. Use Capri Sun kind of natural.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid. So was this one of those situations where Brandon was checking for a while and then he grew on you, or as soon as you just saw each other, it was just like, we know we deserve each other? What was it?
We've known each other since high school, but not like super close friends. Maybe he was checking for me well in the head, like, oh, y'all meant to do, y'all lurking and watching.
Okay,
but
Brandon, you can talk. Is that true?
Yeah.
Talking to the mic so we can all hear you know.
I told her that, and I always watch you and say like,
Stalking.
I was married to the girl.
Secretly.
I said it's a long time, but I just couldn't get a hold of her. Like I would see
He
her,
phoned me.
I would see her here. Then look, I said, Chev usually hang out here. Go, she's not there. I said, okay, she goes to work at this time. Okay, no Chev. Only now we together. She telling me, yeah, look, I used to go work anytime. So I said, I couldn't picture you. So it was funny. I said, look, everything that we call it, law of attraction.
Yeah.
Stuff. Yeah, was long time I was doing this. So
But she wasn't. But you were. So when did you get the courage to make your intentions known? Because clearly, I mean, while you were doing that, she's a very attractive woman. Very. And I know you weren't the only one who had your eyes on her. So what? So what? How did you cope? I don't understand. You saw what you wanted, and you know other people were a lot bolder. So what did it? How did you beat them all out?
I don't know if it's luck.
No man, that's not luck. Chev, you can answer that. How did he beat?
I guess right timing, and he, as I said, like we got to know each other a little bit better because we weren't so close in high school. But when we got to know each other, there was so much in common. And I would tell people this, like, you go through relationships, and especially a lot of women feel that it's supposed to be tumultuous and it's supposed to have drama and it's supposed to have whatever.
Yes.
It was so incredibly easy.
Yeah.
And I tell them love is easy. Love is not drama.
That's why you're on the show.
Stress, it's easy.
Thank you.
That's why I said
It
she
was
reflects.
easy.
Like, it's the same thing. Like wow.
Yeah, it was easy.
I'm speechless.
I've been watching him on the side eye first, right? Like, you really that nice.
Yeah, you would be
Yes,
wondering,
sir.
like, is this real?
He smiles every day, so you
Is
don't
this
vex
real?
about nothing. But then after I see he kind of mischievous, I come to and I'm like, oh, thank God.
Okay, you're not gonna be
Kind
bored.
of two nice guys get, but yeah.
Behave, because I am in the nice guy committee. And sometimes they say we finish last. But I say weak guys finish last. The nice ones don't finish last.
Well, I guess you gotta find a nice girl too.
Not necessarily. I like a little spice,
Well, yeah, but that's part of being nice.
Well, all of us
but not the spice that makes me cry. I want to drink
Sure.
milk and.
That's the wrong spice.
That's the wrong spice. So so both of you are artistic, and even before I even go there, I was going to talk about art. But when the I do's happened, like, were you surprised when he proposed, or you guys knew this was going to happen? Was there a?
Did we have a book?
No, it was
I don't
a
remember
mutual
how it-
decision.
You just knew.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think I saw that answer coming. You guys were already so in sync that you
Yeah.
just knew. You know what? We're married in our souls and spirits. Let's just go and consummate it with a ceremony.
And by the when we got together, I was like, I'm again one of those people. I like to know what I'm getting into. When I go into a store, I like to know what it costs. I don't like surprises, and I didn't have a lot of relationships because I don't trust a lot. But at that point, when we started talking, I was already at a point in my life where it's like, you know what I want. So this, if you want to come talk, this is what I expect, eh? And I mean, it sounds, a lot of women are so horrified and terrified of saying what they expect. But I find with men, you have to let them know what you expect, So, I mean, don't go into it saying, yeah, man, we could be the booty call on this, you want to be the wife because you're setting yourself up for a loss. But if you tell a man you want, that's what he going to give you. So, you just be upfront and say, look, this is what I'm looking for. So, we're going to see if it works, but...
Sweet.
That's romantic for you.
No. That's.
And likewise, I think he was at that stage where
At the same point,
he had a
some crazy
relationship.
people in my life.
So you reach the point where okay, I know what I don't want. So.
Okay, that's a lot easier for a lot of us to stomach. We go through these relationships and you learn what you don't want. You get a little bit closer to what you want by eliminating what you don't want.
Yeah, but you have to have the courage to admit to yourself of what you do want. I find that people are so afraid to just be honest with themselves and say, this is what I want. I've had crazy. I don't want crazy anymore. And, they're so lenient with people, and it's like, I feel bad. I want to feel bad, but, just say what you want. Be honest with yourself, and you cannot get what you want until you're honest with yourself about what you want.
Truth.
Facts. So, let's transition into the art phase of things. What type of art are you really, really good at now?
Painting. I love. As I said, he transitioned me into oil on canvas. Right now, we mostly do acrylic, especially with a young baby. I ain't trying to mess with oil right now. So we mostly do acrylic. I picked up pyrography, that's like burning into wood and stuff.
Sweet.
I love that. I resin it down until she gets a little bit bigger as well, because it's kind of dangerous. Like you dealing with burning tools and soldering guns, and it's smoky. But I really like that as well, so I want to explore that. But for now, painting is.
But painting what? Pictures?
Yeah. I'm not a big landscape person. I started doing more abstract landscape, and I find I can stomach that more. But I'm more of I paint a lot of animals for some reason.
Yes, but you should see her silhouette.
And
But where are they? Do you sell these, or do you
yes,
have
we do.
Where?
You can find some at the
last
Galaxy.
stash we had is Galaxy Market.
Yeah, and then some overseas, and we had some at Timo, but that he closed.
So do you
We have
ever?
any at Christoph Harbour right now? I think
No,
we're supposed to. Yeah, we'd have at the gallery sometimes too, but they rotate. So
Okay, you know I draw, right?
no,
Yeah, I actually I do drawing, pencil.
nice.
You
That's
showed me
my-
something, no?
I might have, and so I think we should have a little, what you call it, paint therapy, man.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love it.
You just get together and we just paint our feelings out.
Yes, it's actually
paint your feelings away.
Yeah. Okay.
We're gonna connect.
We'll do that.
We
can come down to the garden.
Oh, sweet.
Our garden space.
Seriously?
And we can
have some tea.
Yeah, have some tea, some from straight in the garden.
Stuff,
some healthy
I like
food.
that. Paint
Some
therapy.
macaroon, and we let it out.
Good people, man. What about you, Brandon? You what type of drawings? I saw some of yours on Facebook today.
Paintings,
You
oil
might
on
have seen
canvas.
I can't remember what I don't know what oil on canvas looks like, but are you a landscape guy or abstract also?
Have the universe in my head. It's everything.
So you don't have to see a picture to be able to recreate it. You can just do it.
Just do it. Anything, yeah.
Are you a hyper realist painter?
Yeah, I could do that.
You can do that too?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, that's what I used to do before anything, no? Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Wow. What do you think of these people who are doing these 3D, like almost augmented reality paintings where it feels like this animal is coming at you?
Oh, yeah, I was looking at it, yeah. The only problem I have with that is you always see them on
on a video because
right?
of perspective.
Yeah, in real life,
it doesn't look.
You have to line up
right.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, I got you.
It, yeah.
So, you've made jewelry and stuff with your hands. I know you're rocking one of yours right now. So is that part? Do you paint those
This
too?
is actually one of my designs as well. I'm coming out with a line of African jewelry soon. Yeah, these are hand painted. These are canvas jewelry. This is canvas as well. Yeah.
Wow. So are you a pioneer in some way with what you're doing here in St. Kitts, or people inspired you to do some of the things that you're doing, or there are people who are following you?
You want me to say people following me in St. Kitts?
I don't know. You can say what you want. If you feel like you're a pioneer, then say you own it. Do you feel you're a pioneer?
Well, for me, it's strange. Like, I personally really believe there is nothing new under the sun.
Yeah.
And how I look at things is nobody can really ever follow you. People can try to do what you do. They see you do something. Sometimes it's a compliment. Sometimes it's an attempt to thief something. But it really can't, because if I say create a piece, right? Or I have a business idea or whatever. If you're not doing it from a genuine place, you can never steal what I have. Like what I produce is my essence is in it, right?
Right.
People will be attracted to it not because of the thing, but because of
What
my
you put
energy.
into it, yes.
So, and even business wise, if this is something they're copying off for you, they don't have the love for it, so they're not going to take it as far. So you mean so much people out there in the world gonna have the same idea. What makes it special is you.
Yes.
You're correct. Because I'm the same way with my projects, and some people are like, are you not afraid someone's going to steal? I was like, nope, they're not me.
Exactly. So exactly.
They're not me.
And look at how many persons we take inspiration from as well.
Exactly. You're seeing it all the time, and
So let's take the creativity into the next level now. You were into modeling at some point?
Yeah, I model. I just started doing a lot more modeling again because I have these photographer friends prompting me like, you need to take some more shots, you need to go back to it. And then I'm putting out new music, and that always helps. So yeah, I love modeling.
Were you like a runway model or just pictures?
I did runway modeling locally. I also did photo shoots, our pictures. I did a lot of promotional modeling that people don't really realize.
I've seen one with Caribbean that looks fierce.
Funny,
that's the same one.
Funny you bring it up in a synchronicity. I have to go home and post that picture to the International Carib page.
Yeah, I took a picture.
We took a picture. Yeah,
I took it I did all the artwork. And
Yeah, it says brings out the beer. with
Yes, I
playing
saw
on
that. I was like, that's a good play. on
Unfortunately,
words.
not everybody got it. We got
Nah.
third place. I got umbrella that broke the first time I opened it.
Nonsense.
Right. Yeah, they didn't catch it. I think it was too much breast disease, mammary glands get people all stressed.
Why
So-
they had people distracted?
I don't know why. I mean,
Because they looked good.
yes.
Okay, I mean, I just want to make sure I just give you the truth.
Well,
dude.
thank you. They're supposed to look good.
Or hard facts, cold hard truth. They
Right.
look spectacular.
Well, thank you.
Do you watch Seinfeld?
yeah.
Used to.
Do you remember that episode where the Jerry was trying to find out if his girlfriend's breasts were real, and then it was just really crazy. And then he never got to find out because he kept screwing up. And then at the end, when she found out that he was trying to figure out if they were real or not, I think it was Elaine who was trying to prod her for it. And she says she was leaving, and she said, "By the way, they're real and they're spectacular." So that's what came to my mind.
Okay.
But good one. But your music, right? How did you transition into that? Because that caught me off guard. So I knew she was doing this art thing, but then the music bit, like, where did that come from?
I've been doing the music for as long as I trying to. Probably as long as modeling way back, but St. Kitts is still in its infancy. So back then, where would we have been in our father's ball sack as far as music? Like, back then, we weren't even in existence yet.
Yeah,
So,
that was crazy. Yeah.
so it has taken quite a while for us to
Yeah.
get here. So, but always, I mean, like I tell people, once you're creative, like people, if you look at Chris Brown is a singer, he's a painter as well. A lot of
Exactly.
artists, most people who create in some way, you
They
can't tie
create.
down to one thing. You're creative in a number of ways. We're multi.
I'm
Dimensional,
going
yeah.
through. Oh,
Ah.
oh, that's one of your songs?
Oh, fire.
Nice.
Fire on the head.
Y'all listen to your girl. Do you have a stage name, or is you just Chev?
Chevrich.
Chevrich.
Chevrich,
Oh,
yeah.
you're very rich.
I speak it.
So Brandon, man, you had some connection with Oklahoma. What was that all about? Was it Oklahoma or Ohio or?
Oklahoma, you really researched me.
All right. So what's in Oklahoma besides Kevin Durant's Ghost?
It was Cameron University.
Cameron, okay.
Engineering design.
Engineering design.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about that. What is engineering design?
How would I put it? You design from a hair clip to a plane. Like, it's everything.
You make a hair clip into a plane?
No.
I'm just
And-
playing with you. That's the first thing into my. You
It's
think a
just-
hair clip into
you design everything. The head
to make it work, or just to
to
look
make
good?
it work.
So
Everything.
not just to look the part, but to make it work.
To make it work. Actually, look at it. My capstone project was I had to invent something.
Sweet. What was it?
Right. It was I call it a paracopter.
Paracopter.
Yes. The professor was really intrigued with it. Like,
What is this thing? What is it?
do you know mahogany trees?
Mahogany? Yeah.
You know how the seeds they spin while they
Yes.
when they spin.
I used to play with that when I was little.
Right. Well, the thing is with parachutes, right?
Yeah.
They're huge.
Right.
And I guess you could use it for military purposes. But with the paracopter, right? Same concept, but when you jump out the aircraft,
Mhm.
your body weight and your angle is same
That
wing,
takes it takes the weight of that.
and it spins above your head. And
Yeah.
You have more control over it. But remember when rotating wings in the air, they're kind of invisible.
Yes.
So you'll be descending slowly using that instead of a
Right.
big parachute.
Right.
And you have more. Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. So the professor was like, "Wow, he never thought about that."
Patent.
Wait
Patent,
till you all
patent,
see
patent,
the
patent.
I know he took the mod level and he had it in the office. I was like, "Where does this guy have my stuff in the office?" all the time?"
Because that's genius.
Like,
But what happened next?
no, that was just the capstone project.
No, wait.
Look, let's put it this way.
Why not?
Right. This is when I found out. Like, look. in America, right, these people come up with all these great inventions and stuff like that.
Right.
I realize it's not because they're that smart,
No.
but they have a lot of support and money and opportunity to do it. Now I'm here with a lot of ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
But trust me, I ain't gonna get the support and the money and the opportunity to do it. Like, I could produce electricity for free using gravity, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if I put that to somebody, they'll be like, boy, just... But I know I could do it. I could do a lot of stuff.
Did you listen to my show today? Because there was a part in the show where I said, get up and just do it.
Yes.
Think big.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And with a wife who is your biggest cheerleader, who is a go-getter,
So, look, we don't do things randomly, yeah?
I understand.
I realize in life you have to take steps. I said, look, we look at avenues, but I say, okay, well, we have to do it ourselves. Get up. So we're into food. We're into food. So people look like, oh, you guys really good at the food, but we're really into food because we love being into food. We're like, okay, we make some money
It's a
from the
means to an
food.
end.
We make some money from the food. We could build this. We could do that. We could grow. But at the same time, when we do things, we do it good.
Right.
So we're doing some real good food, alternative food, and it come like everything we do just takes off on its own, right? So now our plan is to grow that, get the money, and do what the other stuff we want to do, because stuff like inventions and stuff, they
Yes.
take bigger money, you know?
Yes.
Food I could just start up that easy. So we call them steps. So we take steps.
I'm going to invest in you. When I become a thousandaire. That's coming very soon, because I like to hear stories. But this is, to be very honest, this is the kinds of stories that I like to hear. These are the stories I want to be able to invest in. I believe that this region is ripe, very, very ripe, because we have not created enough over these decades. We've consumed a lot.
Oh yes.
And we continue to consume.
Yes.
Like, I
Yes.
don't even do Netflix anymore, because I feel when I'm watching Netflix, I don't want to be entertained. I don't have the desire to be entertained right now, because I feel like I should be creating and producing.
Yes.
That's where my mind is, and I want more people to think that way, and that way we can get out of this rut of being
Exactly.
dependent on tourism.
Yes.
So more people like you, we're gonna
Yeah.
definitely stay in touch, because I like how you're thinking. I like what you've done, and I'm not of the mind that you have to wait till you get all this money to bring some of these ideas into market. So I am one of those products of thinking big and being weird and foolish enough to think that something could actually happen, and it's happening. Okay.
Yes.
So, yeah, we definitely going to connect. So you spoke about food that you guys are into, and hair products and stuff like lentil milk. How is that going now? Because this is like a multi-dimension hustle that you guys are doing.
Yes, it is.
And what's up with the hair products? Because you make hair products that we could eat.
Yes.
That's it.
It's non-toxic.
If you can eat it, you can put it in your
Your
hair.
daughter
Right.
tastes it every day. I have to be like, stop eating the hair butter.
Did you hear that again? Stop eating your hair butter.
I think she gets mixed up, 'cause her favorite thing in the world is peanut butter, and then it's hair butter, and she goes and she's like, "Mommy, taste."
So the packaging label doesn't say keep out of reach of children on yours.
I should put it on. And dogs, because lady told me her dog ate off her.
So if you see people and animals eating your products, then you know it's good and healthy for you. I was shocked to see lentil milk show up as green white. How was that going?
Everybody asks the question, how do you get it white?
That's the number one question.
That's the one question.
Yes. I mean, I had the same question too. I was in the kitchen, like, and something keep prodding me, like, you should make the milk from lentils. Like, that sounds so impossible. I was like talking to myself, like, you're crazy.
So what's the feedback from your customers now, and what's the most popular product that they like?
The hair people love hair butter. Food people like everything. We have a cheese
From the lentils.
Spread from the lentils. We do right now. We're doing cheesecake. But a few
Yes.
people have had it.
And they
We
love it.
normally do it like birthday cakes in the family and stuff. It's amazing.
It's better than cheesecake.
Yes, better than cheesecake.
Tastes better.
But good news on that, we're supposed to get that into a supermarket shortly.
What?
So working on that, and hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
people will be able to try that. It's vegan, it's dairy free, and it's of course
Gluten-free.
gluten free.
Straight.
And
That's
we're working on the diabetic friendly one.
Yes, we're gonna do which would be sugar free.
But it still tastes nice.
Of
Yes.
course.
Girl. So let's get into the nitty-gritty of your operation, because you guys make an amazing team. I mean, who's the CEO? Who does HR? Who does accounting? Who does
I do
IT? Who does
HR.
marketing?
I
You do
do
HR.
marketing.
You do marketing. What are you?
Research.
You're
and-
R&D, okay?
Yeah.
And then engineering, design,
Yes, they come in. Yes.
and then motivation and support everything that she wants to do.
Yes.
You guys have it. That's like a cheat sheet for a relationship, for till death do us part. That type of.
Hmm.
I can't help but ask, like, how do you disagree?
Oh, let me see. We disagree on that.
Because
Okay.
this is I'm just wondering, like, how is this? There's so much perfect synergy that I'm
Let me
perceiving
see,
here.
let me
Like,
see.
I can't even picture you yelling at him in a way that's gonna hurt him, and I can't picture you doing the same thing. I just don't. I could be wrong because no one is perfect, but I just feel that you guys are so in sync with each other that you wouldn't hurt yourself. You get it? Because she
Right.
is you.
Right, that's what we're saying. Yes, we talk a lot too. We communicate a lot.
Yeah, we do. Like when we do have a real falling out over
Crap.
crap. It does be crap. People around us that watch us
Something to
like,
laugh at,
yeah,
like-
it's just weird. Like, for instance, okay. So like we wanna have that is normally food. No? So like, okay, I might say, okay, I wanna have vegetarian and he might wanna have fish. And then I'll be like, okay, let's just have the fish because I'm like, well, he want to have fish. And he's like, no, let's have the vegetarian. And I don't get mad because I'm like, well, you just can't have the fish. And then,
Really? That's your fight?
and then we like, and then, we get upset. And then I'm the more aggressive one, And then I'm like, I feel really bad when because it's like, why you start fighting, force him to have the fish you want. And then... But we talk a lot. We'll end up like discussing and going through till 5 in the morning if we have to.
Overfish.
Over what caused the falling out, how we feel about it, and
You
how
do the
we could-
post-mortem and everything?
Yeah.
Because without the post-mortem, it becomes toxic.
Yeah.
I believe
Right.
people always need to sit down and go over why. Why.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go over the why, then it's going to happen again.
Yes. Yeah.
And furthermore, right? Yeah. Let's just leave it there. But people need to talk.
Yep.
Yeah, because everybody, all of us, I like to say, you have your feelings. Feelings change, emotions change very quickly. So you don't want your emotions to rule you, but at the same time, they are markers for what's going on in your life. So sometimes you might find yourself getting mad because somebody drink the last bit of juice out the bottle and you turn into like the devil in hell and you're fuming and you're trying on things, but it's not really the last juice in the bottle. That might show you, okay, you have to stop and check in with yourself and say, okay, now this juice in the bottle ain't that important, so we're really going on with you.
Right.
And then you probably realize, okay, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm feeling like the people around me are not considerate, I'm feeling like everybody is getting time except me. Like, you have to, because if you don't, all of us, there's no good and bad. All of us, that's so wonderful about human beings. We are multidimensional. There's this duality. We are everything. But you have to keep things in check, because if you're too nice also, you go down the wrong road. But if you don't keep that little monster in check, Next thing you look, you blow out box off a man because he stepped on your white Nikes. And you got like the people like ignorant about it. And that is just that, that pressure been building. So you have to check in with yourself.
Another lesson that I learned recently is understanding the value of, are you upset at the person or upset at the situation? There's a big difference between both of those, because if you're upset with the situation, the conversation becomes more about, let's talk about the situation, not pointing fingers. So, but I feel like you two have more of those type of discussions as opposed to, this is what you did. And I want you guys to talk a little bit more, and you've said this, but what do you observe as being one of the major reasons why young couples struggle to stay together in a healthy relationship, and what can they learn from both of your relationships? I want this from a woman's point of view, and I want this from a man's point of view. We have 5 minutes till the end of the show. Imagine we just got here, right?
This is nice,
right? Yeah.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Yeah. You go first. You go first. What can they learn from both? I know you've spoken a lot now, but I want you to target something that you're observing in our community now that people are struggling with to stay in healthy relationships. There are many relationships, but a lot of them are toxic. What can they learn, or what can you offer from both of your dynamic?
Well, for me, first thing is you have to really find that somebody who is, in the Christianity they say, equally yoked.
Yeah.
And that means like somebody like both of us mean to the same thing, right? So it's like we're on a mission, so we never get bored. I never get tired of and stray off.
Right.
Cause that's one of the main things. You should be true to yourself also, as she was saying. As a male, you say what you don't like also, what you like. What else could I add to that? For me, it's just understanding also that the person does not belong to you.
Right.
Right? It does not belong to you. You don't own them. And love is free. I mean, people think we're really weird, like, she'll be over there talking to a guy, I might be over here talking to a lady, and they're like, what's going on?
Thank you. That should be normal.
Yeah, exactly.
That should be normal. Not know where you talking to this, like I saw my mom was able to just talk to different men, like go out, have meetings or whatever. My father never really ever got worried about anything.
Exactly.
So that's what I saw growing up.
And I mean, the whole the whole thing behind that is, even if as a man, right? Even if as a man, and you realize, well, let me find a way to put it. Good. You realize, wow, she trusts me. Like, she actually let me go on. I was speaking to this lady, and the lady, she said, what you over there?
Right.
Wait, who she be you there? She ain't even but sure, you're gonna say in your head. Even if you had planned to do something,
right?
You'll be like, no. I mean,
you can't break that. You can't break it.
You have such a noise. She making no noise.
Right.
You know what this one you're talking to gonna do to you if you
right.
You're like, wow, where you gonna find a woman like that? She might just ask you hungry, you eat something. You're like, wow. She, most women you come like, what do you mean? You were talking to this girl.
So someone can, what I envisage is someone can call you and say, well, I see Brandon talking to a girl, you can stop.
Exactly,
And
but you feel better, like you're like, well, I have a real woman, like I ain't got to. You ain't want to mess up that.
Affirmations are flowing.
So what happened is you start to end up with as a male, you realize, like a lot of males don't realize you can have a female friend.
Yeah.
In every female,
she got what you need, but she's just a friend.
Yeah, in every female you talk to, you know, females can be friends too. They could be your best friend.
And then they can put you in the friend zone.
Well,
I've been one too many friend zones in my life. Let's not talk about that trauma. Friend zone. Chevaughn, talk a little bit about what these females can learn about from you.
Well, they give vex with me, but for one, like I said earlier, being honest with yourself and what you want.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lot of the times women, a lot of them compromise and they go along with the arrangements that men want, because deep down they go like, I just want him to like me. If I ask what I want, he may not, might scare him away. But if he scare him away, he was never yours.
Yeah.
So really being honest with yourself and what you want. A big one is, like I was saying, he took the words out of my mouth. The other person does not belong to you. And that's very, very difficult for a lot of people to understand. You are in a relationship, you've made an agreement to partner up, right?
Thank you.
Not to rule over one another. This person does not belong to you, and even your kids don't belong to you. We need to understand that. We need to understand that you have to have respect for other people's boundaries, for their feelings, for their sense of self. Like we don't get that. A lot of us feel that, we deal with the man, as we say, so we gotta wait to go through his phone and do this and do that.
Preach.
And that forces a lot more stress. Like people that ask us, the other friend called and he said, who phoned this? I said, this one is mine, him. So which one is mine? I said, the other one, you'd call him. I answered one on the phone, I don't. I said, we don't even know. Wait, no, we just answer the phone, whatever. But then when you don't have that person looking over your shoulder and all that stuff, and you have to understand, you create what you think about all the time. So if you thinking about your man cheating on you all the time, you setting that up, you creating that, right? And then, like I tell them all the time, look at yourself as the common denominator. You might say, I always ending up with all these bad guys. But what's the common thing with all these relationships? You. And we have to take ourselves, we have to make ourselves accountable. We don't like that as women a lot of the times, but sometimes you have to sit down and ask yourself, how have I contributed to my own hurt, to the demise of my own relationships? You must have participated in somewhere. So be honest with yourself, no person don't belong to you. And look at yourself. You cannot expect to find a decent, well-adjusted, proper person if you're yourself crazy like and all over the place.
Right.
And everybody will want a good man, but are you a good woman? And it's just really working on yourself. Once you work on yourself, if you work on yourself, you ain't gonna attract the bad fella down the road, because when he see you,
will come into play.
When he see you, he and say, boy, she's serious, man, him about a good deal, right? So it's like you have to really, really work on self. Self is, I can't express it enough. Work on self. If, like they say, can't pour from an empty cup. If you yourself is broken, you can only attract brokenness. So work. A lot of women, we need to not just concentrate on hair and nails and all that is wonderful. That's part of being feminine, and I love it as well. But our beauty is so much more, and a lot of us, unfortunately, do not know ourselves. We are not trained as women to figure out what we want. We're trained to nurture everybody else and to always become, to morph into what men want, what society wants. But we need to learn as women to go deep within self and find out what we want, and then we will get what we want in relationships.
What on earth? I think I just pulled out my headphones. That was deep. We've come to the end, but can we do the rapid fire thing? Okay, we just have a rapid fire session. We normally have rapid fire, which goes at the end of the show. And it's 10 questions. I'm going to split between both of you. So number one, so I will speak first person, but you have to respond. So Brandon, this is the best place for you to hide when you know for sure you are wrong, but your ego isn't letting you admit this.
This is the best place
For you to hide.
in my head.
Okay, Chevaughn, this is one of my many tricks that I use to get him to change his mind and agree with me with fish. You don't have any tricks?
No, this.
Oh, that look at Okay, Brandon, when COVID hit, this is what you were afraid of the most.
Food security.
Okay, Chevaughn, when COVID hit, this is what you knew you had to do to continue making it.
Get on the internet.
Okay. Brandon, you're presented with a time travel machine and you can go back to the day you got married. What would you do different?
Wow. What would I do different? I wouldn't change it now.
Okay, I saw that coming. Chevaughn, if you had a son, this is what you would look forward to doing with him.
Teaching him to cook.
To cook, okay. Brandon, when you come home and you smell this cooking, you cannot contain your joy.
There's so much things.
Pick one.
Pick one. Okay. Fish.
Fish. Who's surprised? Chevaughn, I know for sure this is something I need to work on within me.
Mm-hmm.
You.
Being more unapologetic about my talents.
Okay. Brandon, the best part about being married to Chevaughn is keep it short. We've gone through all the reasons. Pick one.
The best part about being married to Chevaughn is I gotta keep it short. So much joy. So much joy.
Chevaughn, best part about being married to Brandon is
The feeling of security and being loved.
people, you've heard it. The first time we've had a couple in here, and I know that you guys enjoy the show. It was deep, it was enlightening, it was refreshing, it was inspiring, it was motivating. I feel motivated now to find a partner, you know? He's saying we should replace the violence, but it's true. But I do feel motivated to find a partner. Like, I'm getting that itch now, you know, when I'm seeing couples, I'm like, what's happening? I start to feel like,
Man was not meant to be alone.
bye. So I don't know. It's like I see pictures. I'm like, what's going on? You feel what's that inside of you? So yeah, I think the time is coming close. But the time has come for the show to end, and it's been great. I love you guys, and we will be in touch. And I want to inspire all of you to continue to be kind and spread love. Till next week.